D+15. 25 years ago, I was in Hawaii for additional testing. It had been 15 days since I was first introduced to the term multiple sclerosis. And they were going to do some additional testing and really figure out what was going on. To be honest, I don't want to tell this story. It just freaks me out every time I think about it. But it's important because we need to realize that people are going through this right now. People are experiencing what I experienced 25 years ago, right now. The only way we can stop that in the future, the only way we can prevent the next generation from having that happen to them, is by making a cure, developing a cure. In order to do that, research and scientists need money, need donations. So I don't want to tell my story, but if my story will help convince people to go to neverstopneverquit.com, donate to the MS Society, donate direct to our charity. Either way, the money 100% goes to the MS Society in the end. If that's what it takes, then I'll tell my story. So Thursday morning, I was excited. I was pumped. We were going to get some answers here. We were going to get some resolution and fix whatever was going on with me. Got into Hawaii the day before. Met with the doctor real quick. Kind of just an introduction, lay in the land, and then I had another meeting with either the same doctor or another doctor. I don't remember. Thursday morning, I was on a fast track. I thought it was, hey, hotshot pilot, air cavalry troop commander coming up from Korea. I'm going to get all the priority, all the focus. Everyone's going to pay attention to me, and they're going to get this done. Focus on me. In reality, I had some people who were looking out for me, who helped expedite things, fast track some stuff. So that was good in my case. Thursday morning, I had that initial meeting, and the plan of attack was Thursday afternoon, going to do a lumbar puncture. Friday was going to be an MRI, and then possibly some other testing. We'll see what things look like, some other evaluations, physical exam, stuff like that. And then Saturday, kind of wrap things up, and then Sunday, boom, I'd be back in Korea. Great, excited, let's go. So, move ahead, Thursday afternoon, have my lumbar puncture, a spinal tap. The purpose of a spinal tap is to insert a needle in between the vertebrae and the spinal column and extract fluid, that fluid that surrounds the spinal column and the brain, everything, and it's the cushioning, it's the fluid that supports those parts of your body. That's my technical description of it. Anyway, a spinal tap extracts that cerebral spinal fluid, and they can do some testing, some analysis of that fluid, and that will give them some more indications of a confirmation of whatever diagnosis they're looking for. In my case, they're looking for multiple sclerosis. So, as a patient, your instructions are pretty simple. Lay on the table, curl yourself up in a ball, laying on my side, kind of like in a fetal position, and don't move while they do the procedure. I was wearing nothing but my socks and boxer shorts, so kind of a humbling experienced position to be in, but like I said, hey, I'm a soldier. I do what I'm told. That's my instructions. I can do that. I laid there, and I did not move. Put the needle in, and kind of fishing around, trying to get in between the vertebrae, and that fishing around, that poking around with the needle, hurts like hell. It was some of the most extreme pain I have ever felt. It took a while. They were having some trouble getting in there to extract the fluid. There was a little bit of a problem doing that. And at some point during that procedure, my whole body erupted with pain, which just caused me to tense and to my entire body to an almost like a seizing kind of tension. I lost the ability to scream or cry. Like, God, I wish I could. It was and still is, without a doubt, the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. And I've got some pretty rough stories to tell. The technician who was extracting, technician or doctor, I'm not sure who it was extracting the fluid, asked me, "Did you feel that?" Yes, was pretty much my only response. "Where did you feel that?" And I described to them in my knee. What it felt like was someone had, and I've always used this description, had taken a screwdriver and jammed it inside my knee and was just doing this, trying to pull everything out. And that feeling, that pain went through my entire body, from my knee, from the hot spot in my knee. And everything felt like was just ripping and pulling to get out of my body. They tried and tried and tried to get the fluid, to get the needle in there, unsuccessfully. God, they tried. Eventually that stopped. They couldn't do it. So once the needle was extracted, the pain didn't go away. It was still there. It wasn't active, with the screwdriver in my knee, but it was just that radiating throb, that radiating explosive pain all in through my body, combined with the numbness and tingling all up my on my right side, combined with it going into my head, combined with the loss in the clouding over of my vision. It was just an avalanche of pain, and sensation, and just nightmarish horror. Got me cleaned up, got me dressed, and they couldn't. It was unsuccessful. We have to do this again, was what I was told. Not something I wanted to hear, but it was going to take some time for my body to heal, for the inflammation, and the swelling, and hopefully the pain to subside. Would probably take a while. They said it may take a few days to reside. The plan was to do this again in a week, that next Wednesday or Thursday. So my whole back in Korea on Sunday was out the window. Instead, everything just got much worse. Interesting enough, what they told me to help with the searing pain in my head and everything was caffeine. Drink lots of coffee was their explanation. So I'm still drinking coffee. Drink coffee, drink soda, and whatever you want as far as taking that stuff, and that will help. Wasn't much else they could do for me. It hurts. Sorry, we tried. We just couldn't get it. We're going to do this again. At that point, my entire world crumbled further than I thought it could, after the events of October 6th. Um, I was left in a worse situation, with increasing pain, with increasing numbness, tingling, and the loss of the vision, the blurriness of the vision in my right side, in my right eye. Everything just got exponentially worse in a matter of minutes, and there was no end in sight. This was the first understanding of that concept of it will never stop. And I had no recourse at that time. I just had to endure it. Still was not on any medication, was not on any treatments. The answer was drink some coffee. Well, fuck, that's probably not gonna help too much, but okay. My world, like I said, crumbled further, and that feeling of being alone, of going from being the Air Cavalry Troop Commander, feeling like I'm on top of the world, to I was laying on a table in my underwear, as the worst pain in the world shot through my body and piled on to everything else that was going on. And then just go back to your room and wait another week and hope this feels better, because we're gonna do it to you again in a week. Pretty much the loneliest feeling in the world, the biggest nightmare feeling in the world I've ever had. MS is not a disease of the mind; it's a disease of the body, but it is horrific on the mind, on someone's basic tenets of sanity, that they hold on to in terms of what they can hope for, what they can expect, what they can want. At some point, those feelings just turn into, I just want this to stop. The worst statement I have ever made in my life. I just want this to stop. I just want this pain to end. That was all. That's where my mindset was that night. I went back to my billet, back to my room, and I guess at some point I fell asleep. At some point I was able to regain that ability to cry, and all I can think of was, I want this pain to stop. I want to do something to make this pain go away, and that's why I fell asleep with that thought in my mind. So, yeah, that was D+15 for me 25 years ago. And hopefully I'll never have to tell the story again. But more important, hopefully somebody does not have to go through this again in the future, because we have developed a cure. We have found a way to destroy, to defeat MS, to overcome the debilitating effects of multiple sclerosis. So that was my world on October 21st, 1999. Never stop, never quit. Things not working. There we go.